Okay, hi everybody. We are here to do a 20-minute bodyweight boot camp workout. Bodyweight means that you don't need anything, you don't need any weights, any bands, any of that. I do have a yoga mat down just because I like to have a little extra cushion for wrists, feet, that sort of thing. If you have one, great. If you want to wear sneakers, go for it. Totally up to you. You can also do this right down on the floor with nothing else involved. I also started with a little organic pre-protein from Now Sports today. Made it into a fun little smoothie just to help stay energized as we move throughout this workout. Got to get that protein in. So let's get started. We've only got 20 minutes, so we're going to move pretty quick here. Let's start at the top of your mats or the top of your space, wherever that is. We're going to do a couple plank walkouts. So you're going to hinge at your hips, gentle bend in the knees, and then just start to walk yourself out. Find that high plank top of a push-up position, and then walk yourself all the way back and come up to stand. And we'll just do a few more just like that. Starting to warm up through the full body, finding that dynamic movement, building up, and getting a little bit of stretch in the legs. Working into those bigger muscles that help us stay super energized. These 20-minute workouts are kind of the best thing when you're in one of those moods where you're like, I just don't want to work out at all, but it's only 20 minutes. And when we finish, we're going to feel so good. Let's see if we can get 2 more in. Maybe you're starting to feel a little bit warmer already. Maybe you're starting to feel that heart rate picking up. 1 more. Let's do it. Let's hold that plank position. Just take a breath right here. Feet are hips distance, shoulders over the wrists. Draw the low belly up and in, and then press away from the mat actively. Holding here, activating the core, feeling nice and warm. Take another inhale breath. Exhale, let's lower down through the knees, untuck the toes, lower your belly, lift up the heart, little cat-cow stretch, warming up through the spine, then arch the spine, look back between the knees. 2 more rounds just like that. Warming up the shoulder joints, moving through the vertebrae. And 1 more round. Nice big breath. Beautiful. Come back into that tabletop position. Let's extend your right leg back. We're just hovering at a hip's height, flexing through the foot. Take a nice big breath here, and then start to bend your knee, squeezing the heel in towards the seat and re-extending. A few more just like that. Squeeze the heel in, squeeze the glute, and re-extend. Moving back and forth. Check in that the low belly isn't kind of dropping down here. See if you can lift up. Keep the spine in a nice long line. Let's take 2 more just like that. And then we're going to meet with the sole of the foot pointing up towards the sky, and we're just gently starting to pulse that foot. Again, still squeezing the glutes, still keeping that core nice and activated, pulsing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it all the way up, and then lower that knee back to the mat. Shift the hips side to side, take another round of cat-cow, whatever feels good to kind of reset, and then let's head to the other side. Left leg this time, pressing away, flex that foot, take a nice big breath, and then we're just going to start to squeeze in. And I want you to imagine that there's a little bit of resistance here. So obviously, we're doing body weight today, so we don't have bands, but maybe you're imagining that there's a band around that heel, an elastic band, you're squeezing it in towards the seat, getting that resistance, and then re-extending the leg. Low belly is still active, spine nice and long. Last one, we're going to squeeze the heel in, press the sole of the foot towards the sky, so you've got a 90-degree angle in the knee, and then we're pulsing. Left glute is squeezing. Hands are pressing away from the mat. Starting to feel nice and warm. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press the foot up, squeeze the glute, and then both knees back to the mat. Again, shimmy the hips side to side, let the glutes go, little booty shake. Beautiful. We're coming back into that tabletop. We're going to tuck the toes and hover the knees off the mat. Right away, you're going to feel the low belly start to activate. From there, shift your knees over to the left. Lift your left hand up to the sky and press the hips back to the heels. Then come back into that hovered tabletop. Over to the other side. Lift your right arm. Come back in. Moving back and forth. Warming up again through the whole body, starting to activate the shoulders here. Core is active. Let's take 2 more each side, coming into that nice, strong, hovered tabletop between sides. Last one. Woo! And take it to the other side. Come back in through center. Hold that hovered tabletop for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips high, downward facing dog. And walk to a forward fold at the back of your mat. Woo! We are warm. Let's come all the way up to stand. We're gonna do, what am I talking about? We're gonna do a few circuits here. So, we're going to start with an upper body circuit. We're gonna do a core circuit, and then we're gonna finish out with a leg circuit. So, bear with me, I'll walk you through it as we go. We're gonna start with those same walkouts, but this time I'm gonna invite you to add a push-up at the bottom. So hinge at the hips, walk forward, find that high plank position, and take your push-up. You can always lower the knees if that feels better, and then come all the way back up to stand. Finding those push-ups, moving back and forth, modifying, or amplifying if you want. Let's go. Warming up through the upper body. This is a full body workout today. Only takes 20 minutes to get everything in. Let's find one more, and then we're going to meet in that high plank, top of a push-up position. Make sure you get your push-up in, don't forget. Find that high plank, and we're pausing right here, shoulder taps, side to side. Pressing away from the mat. Try to keep the hips nice and steady here. Sometimes it helps if you want to take your feet out a little wider. Just tapping side to side. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to that high plank. We're going to add on. So we're going to go push up, come back to plank, tap, tap on the shoulders, and then back to that push up. Moving side to side. Again, drop the knees if that feels good. Let's see if we can get 5 more in. Full round. So push up and 2 taps. 4 more. Your pace. Moving through. Shoulders are warm. We're breathing. We're moving. You got this. 2 more. Woo! Push-up's starting to feel real hard right now. Last one. Tap, tap. And press the hips high. Downward facing dog. Take a little break. We're going to walk back to that forward fold. Roll out through the wrists. Taking those circles around in one direction. And then roll out the other way. Nice. We're going to do that whole circuit one more time. So come back up to stand. Hinge at the hips. And let's start moving back through. So finding that high plank, finding our push-up, and then coming back up to stand. A little bit shorter this time. We're going to move a little bit quicker. See if you can speed up those walkouts. Speed up that push-up. Push-ups are already pretty fast. Do what you can. Let's try and get one more in. And then we're going to meet in that high plank for shoulder taps. Ready? High plank and tap it out. Again, take the feet wide if that's working for you. Whatever you need to do to keep the hips level. And right here, if you want to lower the knees, you can. Okay, find high plank. We're adding in that push-up. High plank, push up, tap, tap. High plank, push up, woo, tap, tap. Let's go for 3 more. Moving with your breath. Staying focused, feeling strong. Last 2, you got this. Oh yeah, Last one. Pushing through, upper body's almost done. Find that high plank, downward facing to your forward fold. Hang out in that forward fold for a second. Come up to stand. Nice work, everyone. We're about halfway through this workout already. It's amazing. We're doing great work. So we've got our core sequence now. I'm going to invite you to come all the way down to your mat, lay your back down, but don't worry, this is not a rest. I know you were really worried about that. Let's take the knees into the chest right here. We're going to take the hands behind the head, clasp the fingers, elbows out wide, and then take the knees right over the hips. Flexing the legs at a 90-degree angle, start to lift head, chest, and shoulders. From there, left elbow towards your right knee, extend the left leg long, and switch. Finding some bicycle crunches, but adding in a little extra here by trying to keep the knees right over those hip bones. So unlike other bicycle crunches where you might draw the knee all the way in, we're targeting the low belly here, targeting that low core by just trying to keep those knees stacking. Nice work, everyone. Let's go for 5, 4, 3. Great work. Last 2. Last 1. Come through center. Extend the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Bring the arches of the feet in together. Flex. And then open up through the elbows, staying wide across the chest. Keep pressing the low back into the mat. We're going to lower both heels together for 5. No, really, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the heels back up. 1 big breath. Lower 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift all the way up. Just a few more of these. I know they're tough. Keep breathing. 5 counts down. 1 count all the way up. Let's see if we can get 3 more. Keeping those elbows nice and wide. Keeping the low back glued to the mat. Drawing the low belly in. Oh yeah, feeling that core. Okay, last 2. Moving with control, with intention. Last 1. Heels reaching down towards the mat. Core crunching, lift all the way up. Woo! Draw the knees in towards the chest. We're going to come up to a little seat here. Soles of the feet are on the mat. Hands come into the heart. You can clasp the hands and start to lean the chest back. From here, keep the soles of the feet on the mat or lift them, finding kind of a little boat pose if we're in yoga. And then we're just going to start to twist side to side, little Russian twists. Moving back and forth. If you want to add a little bit more, extend your legs away from the twist each time. Let's go. This is the last movement in our core circuit. Moving for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come through center, lower the feet, maybe draw the knees out, take a little stretch. Woo! Take a water break. We've got another round of core. We've got some legs, and then we're almost done. So once you've got that water, you've caught your breath, bring the knees back together, lower the chest all the way down towards the mat, and start to stack the knees right over the hips. Hands clasped, elbows wide, lift head, chest, and shoulders. Start to find those bicycle crunches. Again, we're moving a little faster on the second round because we know what's coming. We know what we're doing here. We've done it before. And time is short. So we're trying to get in as much as we can. Feeling super strong in just 20 minutes. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come through center. See if you can keep your head, chest, and shoulders lifted. Extend the legs. We're going to find 5 of those lowers. That's it. Lowering the heels down towards the mat and then lifting back up. Keeping the low back pressing down and keeping the chest nice and open. One thing to think about here, if the chin is really crushed into the chest, see if you can keep some space, maybe imagining something the size of a grapefruit that you're holding between the chin and the chest to stay nice and lifted there. Okay, wherever you are, Let's see if you can just get 2 more in. That's it. You're working hard. Final push, last one, lift up. Come up into that seat. We've got Russian twists. Again, your choice. Leave the soles of the feet on the mat or keep them lifted. Hands clasp, twist side to side. If you want to add in that little leg extension, feel free. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Lower the feet. Maybe bring soles of the feet together, knees wide. Find a nice stretch here. Woo, pressing the heart open, opening up through the core. That was so quick, and my core is on fire. I don't know about yours. Let's come up to stand. Our final little push here. We've got legs, low body. So we're going to start with reverse lunges, and we're just going to be alternating legs side to side. So we're beginning with your left leg as your base. You're stepping your right leg back, lowering the knee to hover, and then stepping both feet together and switching. Right leg is the base, left leg steps back. Hands can be on the hips if that feels good. If you like to clasp them at the heart, that works too. And this feels maybe like a little bit of a break after all that core at first. And then right away, we're like, oh, these big leg muscles, starting to pick up the heart rate a little, starting to feel a little bit of a burn. Takes a second to sink in, but then when it does, whoo, it's really there. Let's get 2 more each side, and then we're gonna meet standing at the top of your space. 1 more each side, finish out strong, come up to stand. We've got squats. So feet are a little bit wider than hips distance, knees tracking forward, squat it low, and come up to stand. Now, you've got options here. So, as you're moving into these squats, you want to keep that booty low, and you can either come up to stand, or you want a little extra cardio, a little energy, see if you can jump. We're just going to take a couple more here. Push yourself. Add that jump as you've got it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up to stand. Side lunges. Right foot steps out. Come through center. Left leg steps out. Moving side to side. Make sure you've got space. Can readjust the angle of the hips. If that's what you need, you don't have to be looking at the screen the whole time, because I'm talking to you. You know what you're doing. We're just moving side to side. You can see, or you can hear rather, I'm super out of breath already. That's what happens when we start to target these big, big muscles. Let's take 2 more each side. We're almost done. We're working hard. Last one. Whoo! Come up through center. Shake it out. Take a break. Drink your protein smoothie, whatever you've got nearby. Hydrate. Final push. This is it. Dig deep. We've got this. Maybe 2 more minutes. That's it. We're coming back to those legs. We're coming back to those reverse lunges. So top of your space, make sure you've got room to step back. Start with the right foot, lunge, come up to stand, and left leg. Moving side to side, whatever feels good with the arms. If you want to add on here, I'll invite you to go side to side, little jump squat in the middle, head to the other side. Whoo! Who doesn't want more jump squats in their life? Riddle me that. Okay, let's see if we can get 1 more in each side. Whoo, nice work everyone. Adding in that jump squat if you've got it. Come up to stand, and we're just finding our regular squats. Work on the form here. So we're dropping the booty nice and low, knees pointing forward, and coming up to stand, squeezing the glutes at the top. Keeping the chest nice and lifted, working on those glutes, working on that low body, building power, building strength. If you're ready, start to add in those jump squats. See if you can just get 5 in. 4, 3, 2, 1, come back. Side lunges, this is it. Moving side to side. Again, just like in that squat, we're keeping the chest lifted, keeping the booty back, core tight. Let's go. 3 more each side. Keep breathing, keep moving. Stay strong, stay in control. Last 2 each side. Finishing out strong. Last 1. Come in through center. Shake out the legs. Give yourself a little pat on the back. You did it, 20 minutes. Bodyweight boot camp. Feeling way more energized than we did when we started, thanks to a whole lot of work from you, some awesome Now pea protein. Thanks for following along. Be sure to stretch it out. Whatever feels good in your body right now, a little forward fold, little shoulder stretch. I'm Ruby from Flex and Flow and can't wait to catch you on the mat again soon.